And that'll teach us to never, ever, for the rest of our entire lives, never be excited about anything ever again. Everything absolutely sucks.
You are Locked On Spartans, your daily podcast on the Michigan State Spartans, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off of your first purchase. Maybe for tickets to see a team that's about to go fourth in the country to, I don't know, maybe another 10 seed in March Madness. That'd be a lot of fun. Hey, everyone, it's Matt Ceon, host of Locked On Spartans, your team in green and white. And holy crap, we do this 5 days a week here. Football season, basketball season, we do it all. But hey, here to rescue me, because no, I'm not just going to be doing this solo. I dragged another sorry son of a gun on here to talk about whatever we just saw on Monday night. It's Connor Muldowney. Hi, Connor.
Hey. We're going to try to. I've never seen you so dejected in my entire life. But
you know what? Luckily, you don't have to look too far. Just the Rutgers game in football, another sport that's just going all swimmingly this fall here. Look, Connor, I'll set the ground rules here. We're going to try to strike a balance here, right? Because this is a college sports show, right? We talk about the games, what happened. We're going to try to strike a balance here between being fair to these student athletes. You know, at the end of the day, these are kids, even though that, God, one of the talking points of this team was how old and experienced they were. I mean, 3 of these kids are 23 years old, and one of them wanted to play tonight. The other 2, not so much. But we want to be fair and realize that this is a college game and that, you know, these hardworking, great representatives of Michigan State, whatever, let's just cut the BS. We also got to talk about what happened, right? Connor, where do you even want to begin here? Because, I could just go keep rambling on about the seniors, but it is absolutely sickening to, okay, the offseason, woo, everyone's coming back. All right, we got guys that are old, experienced, and holy crap, only one of them decided to play tonight, Tyson Walker. I don't know what the final score was. All I know is that James Madison had 2 more points than the Fighting Tyson Walkers tonight because it was him and Carr were the only 2 that had any interest in playing the game of basketball tonight. And that is just what irritates me the most. I could ramble for the next 30 minutes, but Connor, this would be rude. Are you with me here? Is that your main sticking point too? I can't imagine what another sticking point can be other than just massive disappointment, especially in the seniors. The guy that comes in with the chip on his shoulder like, oh, the NBA slighted me. They don't think I'm good enough. Dude, I don't even remember a play that A.J. Hoggard had in the second half or overtime other than fouling the three-point shooter. Where are you? Help Tyson. He's on one leg. He's fighting for his life out there. And you're just standing at the top of the key. Dribble. Okay, pass. All right, see ya. I'm going to go to row 15, section 27. No one's going to know where I'm at the rest of the possession because I'm just going to disappear. It was like that the last 25 minutes of regulation. AJ, where are you? You want to talk this big game that you're ready for the NBA and you feel slighted. AJ, I need you to show up against James Madison. I don't think that's asking a lot. Mady Sissoko, look, that's another thing. He is who he is. Same guy he was as he was in the first year. Has not developed a single post move. And Malik Hall, what else can you say? The kid's taking a beating enough. I don't have to say anything else that everyone else isn't saying already. But I'm sorry. Connor, for the 3rd time, I'm saying, what are your thoughts? I'll actually let you speak now. God! It's okay. Everything's great.
So I don't know if it's like a requirement for Michigan State to go down, double digits in the first half against every opponent. I feel like that at this point in time, like that's almost a requirement for every single game, which is so infuriating because we're playing catch up the entire game. We didn't get our first lead until 8 minutes left in the game or 10 minutes left, like something like that against James Madison at home. At home. And I understand James Madison is good. Like they're actually a good team. They're projected to win the Sun Belt.
Sure.
They're good. They're good. This isn't like an embarrassing loss. Like it is embarrassing.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
A little bit. This isn't like one of those losses. It's like this in a million years should never happen. Will never happen again. This is like a loss. Like we were not prepared. Like
right.
There was zero preparation for that. James Madison came out and they just punched us in the mouth. They kept punching us in the mouth and we backed down. Everybody but Tyson Walker backed down and Cohen.
Yes.
I thought that every single player, because like you were talking about how the NBA slighted me, I thought you were talking about Jaden Akins. That's how disappointing he was.
Oh, he played tonight? He was there?
Correct.
Oh,
so
okay.
Akins, where you at? Malik Hall, I wish for once you would stop being that gif of that guy just fumbling everything when he's walking to his car with like cleaning supplies. I wish for once you would be that guy. AJ Hogarth, like chip on your shoulder. How about you put the ball in the basket? You do something. Like you stop throwing the ball into traffic. You like stop getting burned off the dribble. Okay, there's 3 guys. Right. Maddie, like I love Maddie.
He's such a nice kid. He's a nice kid. Great guy.
But,
oh my God.
Man.
Good God. Like not a single post move in 4 years here. Not one was learned.
Like
that's unbelievable.
We had a chance to take a lead. I think it was like 47-46. And what do? We give Maddie the ball about 7 feet away from the basket, which is about 7 feet past his range. And he does a like dribble, turnaround, fade away that comes 2 feet short.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that
nice one.
Yeah. This is the stuff that we did all night. Like there was no adjustment. That like I get we came out in the second half. We looked better than the first half, obviously. Like the first half was probably the worst half of basketball I've ever seen.
It's not good.
Then we're up by 4 points with a minute left in the game. So we dropped the Michigan State special, which is, here you go, take the ball. You know, we're going to foul you on a 3-pointer, which if he doesn't get fouled there, the game's over. Like we got the ball back. We're up by 4.
Of course.
And the game's over. But of course, our patented foul on 3-pointers play was drawn up, and here we are. Not a single player impressed me tonight outside of Cohen and Tyson. Not one single player.
No, there was just so many opportunities where Michigan State could have put the dagger in. Like there's that moment, I think they were up 6, and then they had 2 wide open 3-pointers. But we all know the stat line for the 3-point shooting. Like that was a disaster. You know what? Games like that, oddly enough, happen where sometimes you go like 5%. I don't think that's going to be a long-term problem this year, but still, it is just the little things, or I mean, just the lack of wanting to do the little things too, which drove me up a wall. I think we've made that very clear. And I think these aren't like hot takes. I think that like State fans are going to be, oh my, that's an interesting angle you're taking there. Like, no, this is pretty universal that everyone is really miffed that not only, hey, has the balloon been popped on the season? Yeah, kind of. I mean, we'll have the discussion of like, oh, is the season over? But I mean, wow, what a deflating start to the season, especially in the midst of this football. Here they are, flying through the air. Oh my God, this top 5 team ready to save us. And then they just craft on their own shoes, except for Tyson Walker and Cohen Carr for the most part. But like,
I mean, if you look at it, if we're going to play spin zone here, a little bit of spin zone, I'm with you. Like I'm demoralized. I was considering just laying on the floor for this entire podcast. Like I was just going to lay there and talk from the floor. Like that's how demoralized I am. But if I'm going to spin zone this, like, yes, it sucks. It's horrible. It's like quite possibly the worst situation to start a season ever.
It's bad. It's really bad. It's probably the worst loss since Wright State in 2000. And I get that. Oh, it happened to the 2000 team, but I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to do that. But it is the worst loss since then. Okay, fine, dude. You know what? No, people like optimism, Connor. So if you want to do it, go for it. Yeah.
I mean, we have one of these games every year where we play so incredibly bad against a really bad team. Last year it was Portland. We probably should have lost against Portland last year.
Yeah.
This felt a lot like the Portland game, not because they were draining every shot, because James Madison really wasn't even making that many shots. They were just getting second
until the last 5 minutes, man. Yeah. They could have missed in the last 5 minutes.
Well, the last 5 minutes, and that one dude from the Bronx, who I think I heard he was from the Bronx like 55 times.
Yeah, was he? Wow. Okay, you caught that? Yeah. The 78 times they mentioned that. Okay,
I'm pretty sure it's been like 6 times in one trip down the floor. So, I think he was from the Bronx. He killed us in this match. Second chance. I think the one killer was that putback at the end. I don't know if it was overtime or regulation, where if we just get the rebound, we're either
overtime.
I don't remember.
Overtime. Too many people crashed the block. I mean, too many. It was like everyone was playing help side.
Under the basket.
Yeah, I know. That could be another issue. But like, yeah, you talk about committing to help side defense. How about 4 people crashing to try to block one shot? But
I mean,
okay, mission accomplished. The shot didn't go in at least. So there you have.
Since you already debunked my one spin zone that the last time we had a really embarrassing loss was Wright State 2000. They won the national championship. Whatever. They had a bad loss that year. That's moral of the story.
Yeah.
Things cannot get worse than they were today. They could come close, but today is going to be rock bottom for this team. And hopefully, I'm hoping. I trust Izzo. Unfortunately, after a loss like this, you kind of like have to almost step back when you say that, because like trusting Izzo got you to cheer for a team that just lost to James Madison on their home floor to open the season after being ranked top 5.
We're
like
going to talk.
He's dealt with this before.
He has dealt with this, and like, hey, March is coming. I want to. This is where we're going to start the next segment, like kind of on the March theme, because this could have ramifications for March. Like, I know that sounds so extreme. It's November, but like, we'll get to it. Sorry, Connor, I had to send you to the bench. I didn't even say goodbye to you before I clicked off you there. Need to talk to people's ears off about FanDuel Sportsbook. Who's got 2 thumbs and took James Madison plus 245 in the live money line and also plus 7.5 during the game when they were panicking in the first half? It was this guy. It was me. I did that. And I did on FanDuel Sportsbook. That's right. I made sure that I was paid for my pain. Thanks to FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets on any winning $5 moneyline NFL bet. That's right, because who needs college sports anymore? Let's just focus all our attention on NFL. That's $150 if your team wins a $5 money line bet. That's right. MSU was minus 3,000 on the money line tonight. Speaking of money line, just want to reiterate that. If you've been thinking of joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is super easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over-unders, and much more. So visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and kick off the NFL season, because who needs college sports? It's FanDuel, official partner of the NFL. And folks, need to talk your ear off about Team Ticker. Yes, this lovely sign behind me that shows the great stats of all of our awesome Michigan State teams behind me, and also the countdown to kick off, the weather. That's right, guys. I'm naming more than just a countdown sign that you would see in a man cave or a sports bar in someone's garage. This is a countdown clock on steroids. Like I said, it gives you the weather reports of the upcoming football game. It gives you all the wonderful stats that our Michigan State teams love to have in more sports than just football and basketball. Also, like, hey, women's soccer, we got some cross country in the mix. If it goes on in East Lansing, it's displayed on your Team Ticker sign. So for the holiday season, to save $50, go to teamticker.com and smash in promo code LOCKEDON. That's all one word. Teamticker.com. Promo code LOCKEDON. I can't. Okay, no, let's talk about this team some more. I can't believe we're doing this.
The wound is so fresh still. I don't think people are going to realize, like, this is like 20 minutes after
not even. Yeah, no, this is
like, this is demoralizing.
The fans aren't even out of Breslin Center yet.
No. Hopefully the team.
Oh my God.
But that's for now.
Yeah, Akins is still in the court, wandering around, wondering what he's supposed to do. It's great. Look, I'm sorry. Again, I'm sorry to be hard on these kids, but like, I'm just gonna do this one more time before we start talking about like March Madness ramifications. But again, AJ Hoggard, you are the point guard of Michigan State University. Like, to have like the whole chip on the shoulder in the offseason and then have that be your debut performance like that. That is what is driving me up a complete wall. It is completely different if, like, oh, hey, the seniors played good, but the freshmen really fell apart. And James Madison just, they did every single thing right. Like, no, you had James Madison dead to rights with 8 minutes left. And then for some reason, you just get out of the small ball lineup that was working, that got you back into the game. And now all of a sudden, okay, hey, let's bring the starters back out. And actually, I'm sorry, I'm so jumbled mentally right now. Let's start there, Connor. There is plenty to overreact about in this one game. I think the one that isn't even an overreaction, it's just patent fact. Okay, we saw this team go down 17-1 against Tennessee. We just saw them have a massive hole to dig themselves out of against James Madison. I know it's a 2-game sample size. I don't think those are anomalies, though. You have to change the starting lineup. It cannot be AJ, Akins, and Tyson. Okay, those are your 3 locks. They stay. Look, Hall, maybe you work things out. Maybe you get back to your old ways. But until then, Cone Carr is your starting 4. And I'm sorry, but Mady Sissoko, you might have to start small ball. Like, you might have to start with maybe Hall at the 5 and Cone Carr at the 4. Just have Hall out there. Because, man, these centers, talked about this after the Tennessee game, they ain't it, man. Like, they had 1 field goal attempt in the first half. Like, that, you just can't have that in a basketball game. Like, I know that they are not your top options, but you have to be able to just get the ball down to the low block and have your center just make a layup every once in a while. They had 3 rebounds, I think, in the first half, as Michigan State was out-rebounded 28-22. Like, you are on a 3-on-5 power play offensively right now with this starting lineup. You have to spice it up, right? Is that an overreaction, Connor, or am I just plainly stating the obvious here?
No, I think you have to as well. I think it's a pretty widespread opinion that we did not play our best 5 to start the game, and I'm pretty sure
and at the end, Cooper, while he makes plenty of mistakes, he was much better defensively, I thought, than Maddie. But like, obviously in offense, it's almost like anytime the ball went down low, it's just like I'm just shaking my head already. Nothing. Yeah, just get it out. Yep, get it out.
Right. It's just like a horrible place to be. Like, I understand college basketball is moving towards small ball, whatever. But honestly, like, put Carr at the 5. Like, put Carr at the 5. Put, like, I don't know. Like, you got to do.
Who cares? Go for it. Yeah. Why not?
Like, we laughed at, like, okay, we have so much depth. Like, Jackson Kohler injury is not going to hurt, whatever. But like, what I would kill to have Jackson Kohler on the floor on offense, like, give us something offensively. Even if he scored 6 points, we win the game. If we had 3 guys in our starting lineup not have their worst career games, we probably win that game. But also, if we didn't have Tyson Walker, we lose by 20. So,
you know, I'm going to read this tweet here from Kyle Austin because he just put it so eloquently, and you just kind of hit into it right there. After all the preseason talk about Kyle Austin of MLive. I want to shout out his publication as well. After all the preseason talk about depth, rotations, freshman contributions, this game's coming down to Tyson Walker playing 35 minutes and putting the team on his back. And that was before even overtime started. And guys, I don't know if you threw the remote through the television before overtime, but if you missed overtime, it was just more of the same. Yeah, I'm fascinated to see, what we see Thursday against Southern Indiana. Who cares? I mean, we care, actually. That's who cares. And then the Duke game on Tuesday. But look, the season's not over. This and that. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I know no one wants to hear this right now, but let's talk about like what this means for March Madness. And again, check me if this is an overreaction here. I guess this is just a segment we're doing here. Is Connor's just kind of the wall I'm throwing this spaghetti at, and he's going to see if it sticks or not. But like this might be a really big overreaction, but there goes your 1 seed. Like, if you're hoping for a 1 seed in the Detroit region, there it is. I mean, at best is going to be a quad 3 loss, I think. I have a hard time believing that James Madison is so good they work their way up to quad 2. But, man, like that's the kind of a loss that can knock you down a seed line. Mm-hmm. And I know that Michigan State, they got a lot of season left. That's also the unfortunate part, though. They got a lot of season left. Like, there's other chances to lose more games. Maybe not at a James Madison level, but, like, man, you almost have to run the table here, lose only 3 games from here on out to keep that 1 seed, maybe even the 2 seed. But yeah, this is a seed-changing game. Like, that quad 3 loss is not good, Connor. I mean, are you as panicked about that as I am?
I think you're a little overreacting there. Like, I'm with you.
I am.
I'm like, sky is falling right now. Like, right now, you should be consoling me, but it's the other way around. I personally think that's slight overreaction. First game of the season, like, what happens if we go out and beat Duke next week? Like, nobody's going to remember.
What if we went out?
But, like, right, like Cade McNamara, what if we went out? But, like, nobody's going to remember if we lost to, well, obviously everybody's
I don't know, Connor, man. I'm going to remember this one.
Well, obviously, this is, like, one of those ones that stick with you for a long time. Like, I'm sure people, like, who were in school in 2000 were like, oh, my God, that Wright State game, I just can't believe that happened. But, like, we go out and beat Duke next week, everybody stops panicking. The panic button is put away. We go out, we play really well against Baylor, possibly beat Baylor at LCA.
Yeah, sure.
We go out and beat Arizona over Thanksgiving weekend. Like, there are so many opportunities for us to, like, get that prove it game and, like, prove it win. Yeah. The Southern Indiana game, we're not going to learn anything from us unless we lose. Like, there's nothing that can come from that, really. But
I don't know. I don't know if they come out and like they only win by like 10 or something like that, and like we see the same flaccid performances from guys that you expect better performances out of. Again, like I hate to pile on the kid, but at this point, like that is a game that you could just expect from Madi. Like, at this point, we're getting to the point where like kind of just like is Malik Hall until proven otherwise. Like, but guys like Akins and Hogarth, where you actually expect them to perform, like if they have another game like that, Connor, I think we can. I don't know. It's not going to be like that all season, right?
No, like, I'm willing to overreact more than anybody. Like I probably people said the season's over at halftime. Like that may or may not have happened.
It's what we do best. Yeah.
But I'm not ready to say this is a seed line ultra because like this is game one. This isn't college football. There are more than 12 games in a season. One loss will not ruin your season. It won't even affect your seed line unless you were like very mediocre throughout the rest of the year. Then you can look back and be like, wow, that was a telling loss. Like we were that team. James Madison, there's a very good chance they make the NCAA tournament, and we'll look back and be like, okay, that loss sucked. Should not have lost that game. James Madison, tournament team. That's like,
yeah.
It's not. It doesn't make you feel better. I will never feel good about this loss.
I know.
To say it's a seed altering if this team might make the NCAA tournament, like, not quite. It could be. Like the committee might down the line be like, wow, they lost at home to James Madison. Yeah, drop them down if we're comparing them to,
Yeah, I don't know. I just see it at best quad 3 loss, but we'll see. We'll put a bow in this, Connor, because I got to talk to people's ear off about game time. I'm sorry, I'm going to send you back to the bench. And I'm sorry to game time. I'm sorry to Team Ticker and FanDuel, but like, oh my God, I am just a miserable Eeyore right now. But you know what perks me up? Going to Gametime. That's right, the Gametime app, where I get my tickets, the best ticketing app out there. It is the Gametime app, people. And you've heard me talk up and down about this all football season long. And luckily for us Spartans, you can use Gametime at more than just sporting events. That's right. You could use it for theatrical performances. You can use it for concerts. If it's a ticketed event, odds are you can find it on Gametime. So what are you waiting for, gang? If you want to go see these Spartans have a massive bounce back game against Southern Indiana, that's right. Whatever they're called, the Fighting Indianas. I don't know. Who cares? Just download Gametime and smash in promo code Locked On College for $20 off. That's right, gang. Promo code Locked On College for $20 off at Gametime. It's the best app out there, and I just don't have the juice for the ad reads today, man. I don't have the juice for anything. I don't have the juice for life anymore. This is miserable. Is this the worst state fans have ever felt ever? Like, because look, we're no stranger to a lousy football season, but at least before like basketball starts letting us down, it's like January. If they do let us down, like I obviously have a lot of seasons where they don't let us down, but holy mother of Mary, this is we're not close to Thanksgiving, and this is a horrible feeling. Yeah,
this is There's like
I hate everything.
There's nothing I could say to like cheer you up because I'm in the same boat. But
should we try?
You look at the stats, and it's like there's so much avoidable. We just made so many stupid like our free throws percentage was probably around 50. That's a great look.
Yeah, thanks, man. Did it get all the way to 50?
It was like 21 for 34, close to the end of the game, and then Tyson missed a really late free throw that would have tied it up.
Yeah, gee, wow. Shocking Tyson didn't have legs for free throws when he was the only one working the last 25 minutes of the game. But let's see, free throws. 23 of 37, 62%. Wow, that's actually a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, that's
still horrible.
When you start 2 of 10 or whatever it was, like, yeah.
I mean, free throws, horrible. 3-point shooting, horrible. Rebounding, horrible.
Life, horrible.
And
call a spade here. Women's soccer team going to the tournament, though, so we got that going for us.
And hockey. We got hockey. They just swept Ohio State.
Hockey's top 15. Hey, that one doubles team in tennis for men's won like some national championship, so that's good. Let's try this. Let's try to get out of here on a high note, Connor.
Yeah, let's try.
The only way to go is up, right?
That's what I said.
Like, is this kind of I was gonna say, like, is this kind of like the game like Tom Izzo likes? But no, I'm not gonna go that far. He likes this games where they barely win against inferior opponents like this, or when they lose like to respectable conference opponents, like when Penn State's good, like so he could teach his team a lesson. But like I don't know, like oh boy, how much would you pay to be in that locker room after the game just to hear what is going on?
I would almost expect. Oh, I would pay hundreds. Potentially dozens of dollars.
Yes.
I would pay money to, but honestly, it's probably like the silent treatment, right? Like they know.
I don't know.
It's like when a dog like poops on the rug. Like they know what they did. You bring their face to the poop, and you say, you did that. So all he has to do is just like, I don't know, throw up like the score on the whiteboard and then just walk out. Like, you know what you did. Figure it out. And hopefully the veterans on the team, that's why I'm not completely panicking, because we have more veterans, like leaders, than anybody who should know better. They're going to figure this out. They'll probably have a team meeting or a players only meeting. We'll probably hear Izzo say, we're not as good as we thought we were 10 times.
Oh, you think? Yeah.
They were reading their own press clippings. We'll hear that probably another 10 times. Like, he's going to give them the silent treatment because they know what they did. That's my opinion. I don't think there's going to be a screaming match today, at least. Tomorrow practice is probably going to be a nightmare, which hopefully it is.
I just hope there are leaders on this team. Like, this is going to be a litmus test. Like, you hate for it to come this early in this fashion with a home loss to James Madison. But man, this is where you learn, okay, like, do we actually have leadership this year? Because, we thought we saw it coming along last year, but then, you get the moments of like poor body language on the bench. And I hate to be, just another talking head that dissects that whenever you see that on the bench in the Tom Izzo team last year. But man, I just remember that Ohio State Big Ten tournament game last year. And boy, I get that, point guard and head coach butt heads a lot. That seemed a little more than just butting heads, but hey, came back with a vengeance. Let's see. This is truly put up or shut up time. Like, how you respond to this is what your legacy is going to be if you're AJ Hoggard, right? Because, okay, I'll say it again, flatly inexcusable game from him. Just so passive. And God, it just doesn't help with the whole, like, I was slighted by the NBA. I know I'm a broken record right now saying that, but like, I'm just,
you're right, though.
Dude. Like, try to act more unserious, like, about anything. Like that is just a repulsive. However many minutes of basketball he played out there, 34 minutes of. That's 33 more than I thought he played.
How many points did he score? Like, it had to have been
2 of 11 shooting, 0-4 from 3 for a 9.4 foul and 3 assist performance. We'll give him the nod on the 3 assist. So great, thanks. Only 1 turnover though, so that's great. But yeah, you can't turn the ball over if you're not really trying to do anything. So yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
I've been really mean to AJ, but like, I'm sorry. Like these are the breaks if you're a senior point guard on a top 5 team at Michigan State. I'm sorry. Like this is the really awkward part, is that like just talking this mean about the kids that are 23 years old, but like still the kids on this team, like I don't feel good about this, but I'm not going to get up here and say like, yes, it's still James Madison, really good team, really, really old team. They're going to go to the tournament probably. Like, yeah, that's all true. No one wants to hear it though. Like this.
I'm going to deflect blame a little bit because I think we lost them. I don't know. I'm going to deflect blame because I mean, you did have PFT on the podcast.
No, I will take blame for this. That's no problem.
And where did PFT go to school, for all of those who don't know?
That's why we had him on.
Yeah, exactly.
He called me after the game and told me to suck it, actually. No, I'm kidding. He's already forgot about my existence. That interaction did not happen. No, I want to make that clear. That did not happen.
Yeah, this is going to go down as one of those, like, I don't know. This rivals like that Texas Southern loss a few years back where it was just like,
yeah, but we had no hope that year, right? Like, what year?
We were decent. Like, we weren't a bad team. I think we were fringe ranked, but like we lost to Texas Southern at home, and I'm pretty sure they were like one of the worst teams.
They were like 1-8 at the time. It was not good.
Horrible.
It was not good.
This is like the feeling I got after that loss. We're just like I don't know.
I'll leave it at that. It's deflating because of what this season was supposed to be, and not just this season, but let's zoom in even closer. Just this month of basketball. Like, hey, great, we're going to get 2 gimmies here at home. Football has just been spilling the chili everywhere. It has been a nightmare following the football season. Hey, great win Saturday. Whatever. Hey, here comes basketball. And then this is how it starts. It just feels like we are just in an endless nightmare loop, Connor. Like, have we hit rock bottom as State fans? Oh, nope. Here come the Dukes coming to nope, not Duke. The Dukes of James Madison coming to town to spoil your party here. But yeah, it just keeps on spiraling down the toilet bowl here, man. And it just feels like there is no sign of let up here. Yeah, we get Southern Indiana, but like, I'm not excited about that Duke game anymore. I'm terrified of that Duke game now. Oh my God, we could lose by 80 that game. By the way, we played tonight.
Yeah,
How's that for enlightenment?
We have not had one positive podcast since I've known you. I don't think. I think I'm only calling after tragedies. Honestly.
I'll have you on after the Penn State game when the football season's over.
No, might as well have me on after Ohio State again. Might as well this weekend.
We'll probably win.
We'll probably win.
You just want to come in at halftime? Let's just do it like midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, that's fine. We love Michigan State athletics here at Locked On Spartans.
Yeah, we do.
Once we hire Urban Meyer and then we go on and turn around and win the national championship in basketball, I mean, like, this could be a record-breaking podcast.
We're going to end it on that, actually. I like that. That was nice. That was a nice little smirk to leave the listeners.
Smiled. I got you to smile at the end of this. That was the goal.
You got me to smile a few times, which is a few more than I would the rest of the week here. Well, I'm at Ceon. That's Connor Muldowney. You want to plug anything? You want to bark anything up before we let you out the door?
I mean, not really at this point.
Okay. Well, I love you guys. I love you, Connor. I love all the listeners and viewers, but I hate everything else.
Except for Tyson Walker.
No, Tyson Walker's the best, and Cohen Carr, I love that guy, but
everyone else.
Everyone and everything else, I hate. Go Green.